This is an official emergency broadcast issued by the Department of Urban Safety and Internal Affairs. Timestamp 0341 a.m. Date blank, blank, blank. All residents in Sector 7 and surrounding blocks are ordered to remain indoors until further notice. Do not use elevators. Do not go into any underground level, basement, or lower mechanical rooms. This is not a test. At 03:16 a.m., a Level 3 anomaly was detected beneath Building 14, Redwood Complex. Initial reports described low-frequency vibrations and lights flickering in synchrony. At 03:19 a.m., a resident reported hearing voices from the basement despite living alone. The voices knew her name. They repeated her last words from the previous night. She never opened the door. That's why she's still here. Emergency personnel were dispatched. The first unit descended into Sublevel 2. Body cams recorded movement, not shadows, but delayed reflections on wet concrete. The footage was reversed. They entered at 03:22. The footage ends at 03:19. All footage is corrupted. We no longer know what happened below floor level. All residents are now advised. If you hear footsteps beneath you, do not investigate. If you hear your own voice calling your name from under the floor, do not respond. Several buildings have reported false basements. These were not part of the original architecture. Doors that didn't exist before. Narrow staircases that descend further than the blueprint allows. One resident described walking for 12 minutes straight without reaching the bottom. When she turned to leave, the stairs had become flat, like a hallway, pulsing slightly, breathing. Her phone recorded a message, "Thank you for coming home." From this moment, all underground access is to be considered breached. It is unclear what returned from below. In several cases, individuals who returned were altered. Their speech was delayed. Their movement imperfect. Their eyes did not reflect light correctly. They requested to be plugged back in. Their families reported feeling watched, even when alone. New symptoms include gravity inconsistencies, voices on landlines that have been disconnected, loss of memory related to staircases, mirror images not syncing. Residents are advised to write down their own names. You may be asked to confirm your identity against yourself. Breaking down their own voices. You may be asked to confirm your identity against yourself. This is the final update. Sub-level access has been sealed, but they are already inside. If you hear knocking from under the floor, do not answer. If the elevator arrives at a floor that doesn't exist, do not step in. If your downstairs neighbor calls you, but you don't have a downstairs neighbor, hang up immediately. You left the basement door open. We're already coming up.